Boom! Just kidding. How you guys doing? Kind of a random video today. It's 4th of July, by the way. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day, whatever you want to call it. And just be careful shooting them fireworks. In my area, fortunately, well, maybe fortunate and unfortunate, it's kind of a dreary, rainy day, so not going to be doing much action. I always thought fireworks were kind of overrated anyway. Well, we definitely know they cost too much. We know that. But I'm kind of throwing you guys a little curveball. I know last couple videos I've been kind of a negative Nancy, so I'm trying to get back on the right track to the way I'm supposed to be. Listen, it's not that I'm being negative. It's just I call it the way it is. And I'm not a very popular guy because of that. You know, my circle of people is really small. And I'm okay with that, honestly. You know, outside of my family, like I said, I got one guy that really knows my deepest, darkest secrets. Outside of that, you know what? I don't need any more than that. You know? Mainly I do these videos to inspire people, you know, reach out to people and kind of, you know, to keep me on the straight and narrow, you know, because we all know 4th of July is a big drinking holiday. And I got home today. I went over, I should say, to spend some time with my family here in town. But, yeah, so what do we got to be thankful for? You know, it's Independence Day. This day in 1776, our founding fathers made the Declaration of Independence, you know, made us to where we could be where we're at today, you know? So thank you for that. But let's start off with the positive. I'm walking, I'm talking and breathing, obviously. I can see out of both my eyes. My sight's a little effed up, but nonetheless, I can see, I can drive. I drove home, and I have a warm meal at night. I can go in my fridge, get what I want. So there is things to be thankful for. I'm not going to be one of these guys that say, you know, there's nothing to be thankful for. Well, there is. If you really get down to the nitty gritty, there is some things to be thankful for. So, yes, there is something to be said about that, you know, and the fact that most of my family members are healthy, you know, some of them are getting up there in age, but overall they're pretty healthy. So I have that to be thankful for. Oh, by the way, I started a gym membership at Anytime Fitness. I don't know if you guys got an Anytime Fitness in your area, but good program. So I started doing that, so I'm a little sore today. Didn't overdo it, didn't underdo it, rather, or overdo it. So, got to get in shape, you know. I know I'm a big guy. I know that. So, I got to do something about that. So, Independence Day. Getting back to it. This video is just to kind of lift your guys' spirits. It's Independence Day for a reason. If you guys want your life to be better, you're the only one that can do it. No one else. You can get advice, you can get guidance, you know, you can get taught right from wrong. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. Like me, it's a choice every day. Would I not want a cold beer right now? Hell yeah, I would want a cold beer right now. But you know what? Instead, I'm making a video and drinking a Dr. Pepper. I mean, a Dr. Pepper is not probably the best for you, but it's not going to land you in prison and get you a DUI either. You know, so you got to understand, every day for me, independent-wise, getting back to the subject, it's a choice. You know, it's a choice every day sometimes. Sometimes it's every hour, you know. I made a choice today. I mean, if I really wanted a beer, I mean, I got 4 wheels. I could go down a gravel road and drink a beer all day long, you know. But that's a choice I chose not to make. So, I don't want a pat on the back. I don't want a hoorah or none of that. But I'm just saying, you guys know how I am. Like I said earlier, I tell it the way it is. Sometimes being sober sucks. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's some days like yesterday, you know, I had a little tiff with my family. Wasn't anything overkill. Just a little spat. But you know what? It's like, okay, I can walk away from this situation, or I can go get a case of beer. What's going to be the better choice? Well, sure, if I get a case of beer, I can be numb at the moment. But next day, guess what? The problem's there, and now it's even worse, right? So, anyway, life is going to happen on life's terms. Basically, the moral of the story is, So, that being said, I really wish things would just get back to the way they were. When I was a kid, it was a way different world. Even when I was a kid, I can't imagine somebody growing up in the 60s or 70s that are still alive. Oh my God, they probably want to hang themselves. Seriously. I bet life was even way better back then, But when I was a kid, you could go to school and not have to worry about some maniac shooting the place up. You could, because there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't Twitter, there wasn't Facebook. You guys know me. I'm not big into the social media deal. Like I said, this is the closest one to social media that I've ever gotten. And it's just, back when we had to get on our bikes and go see our friends. Back when we would have sleepovers. Back when you didn't have these phones. Like I said, technology is good to an extent. But you didn't have to worry about being bullied in your own house, about getting online. The social media to me is way more negative than it is positive. That's why I don't participate in that shit, because every time I get on I hear enough on the news. If I can't imagine what it's like on social media. I see videos on YouTube all the time of, President Biden did this or Donald Trump did that. It's like, I don't need to hear that shit. I don't need to listen to that. So I don't even click on it. That's what kills me about some of these people. They'll say, oh my God, it's just causing too much stress. It's too much stress. Well, you clicked on it, right? If you don't want to watch the shit and you hate the subject, why would you click on a video? To me, it's common sense. But unfortunately, today's world, there's not much common sense. But, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, not much common sense. And it's not a personal attack against anybody who's young nowadays. I'm younger, but like I said, I feel sorry for anybody. I walk around sometimes and I see these kids and I'm like, you know what? These kids are never going to know how good the world really was. They're never really going to know what it meant. All they know is freaking smartphones and social media. Smartphones and social media. Well, when I was a kid, we didn't have any of that. If we had a stationary computer, we were popular. If we had a Nintendo 64, we were popular. Nowadays, it's like, you say Nintendo 64, it's like, what's that? It's just sad. And like I said, I'm sure there's stuff the previous generation could tell me that I'd be like, whoa, what's that? But it's common, but it's just sad. It really is. I think the state of our country right now, it's just sad, guys. Once again, gas prices are through the roof. Imagine that. Another Democrat. Gas prices are through the roof. And like I said, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. I could find crooked stuff on both sides. But it just seems like every time we get a Democrat in office, this is what happens. Gas prices go through the roof. Inflation goes through the roof. Doctors can't decide genders anymore. What kind of horse shit is that? Come on. You're either a male or a female. Listen, as far as that goes, that's a touchy subject. The problem is, there's a lot of people out there, I think, that are like me, but they don't want to express themselves because they're too worried about what everybody's going to do. Because nowadays, in 2023, if you criticize a black person and you're a white man, you're a racist. If you say something about, hey, I think being a transgender is kind of a freak, oh, well, you're just a hater, and oh my God, let's spam the hell out of this guy's channel. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine, because I say what I want to say. I don't care if somebody is gay or lesbian. Transgender, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I think that's weird. I think if you change your sex, that's weird. But again, that's my opinion. You know who started all this shit, while we're on the subject real quick? Just like Colin Kaepernick did with the whole kneeing from the national anthem, Bruce Jenner, in my opinion, started this whole thing. No, Bruce Jenner, I'm sorry, you're not a woman, you're a freak. You're going through a midlife crisis and the Kardashians drove you crazy and something clicked in your head. You're a freak. So, that's just the way I feel about it. But again, my opinion. And like I said, there's a lot of people probably out there like me, but they're too afraid to say it because they don't want to get called anything. I mean, does anybody really, I mean, honestly, the word racist now in 2023 is like the word rape. No one cares anymore. I don't care if I'm called a racist. I know what I am. I know what I'm not. I'm not a racist. You know, I don't care if someone's black, white, Native American, Asian, Japanese, frickin' Hindu, whatever you want to, whatever you are, whatever your deal is. If you're being a menace to society, I'm going to call you out. That's just the way it is. So if I'm racist for doing that, whatever. I sleep at night. How about you? Apparently not. Because you're too busy type on the channel. You're too busy trying to impress other people. And you know what? I was that guy for the long time. But you know what? I am what I am. This is just the way it is. So, you know what? I wish I had this attitude back when I was in high school. Oh my God. I could have saved myself a lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. Believe me. You kids growing up nowadays, these people in high school, they're temporary. Believe me when I tell you this, okay? Most of them you're never going to see again, okay? It's just the fact of life. Because I was in the same boat you were. Always trying to impress people and always trying to make sure everybody likes me. Guess what? Now as a middle-aged man, does that really matter? No, because they're not a part of my life, so I don't care. Bottom line is, guys, happy 4th of July. Lift yourself up and say what's on your mind. You're in America. You're an American. You're an American. You have the right. You can say whatever the hell you want. That's the beauty of living in this country. That's what these founding fathers, who I'm thankful for, died for. That's why you have people in war to fight for what we believe in. Happy 4th of July. Stay safe. And we'll see you next video.